Hello and welcome back to the New Creationist. In the last couple of videos I showed where the Cytochrome B protein in humans when compared to other species showed some similarities, some patterns of similarity that are not exactly what you would expect if evolution were true. Today we're going to be taking another look at the Cytochrome B with more data. Before I was only looking at 16 primates and a handful of other non-primates, but this time we're going to be looking at 43 primates and 100, which are included in a list of 120 species altogether. So it's 120 species, 43 of which are primates, and the Cytochrome B gene, or the product of the gene, which is the protein, is what we're comparing. So the human Cytochrome B protein consists of 380 amino acids, and here basically I just have everything on the sheet numbered. I have them numbered here. The primates, there's 43 primates, which are highlighted here in red, and the non-primate species, the other species, are highlighted in, kind of wanted to group them together a bit, because according to creation, some species actually do have a common ancestor. So I was trying to group these somewhat, in some cases by what creationists would consider species or animals or kinds that actually do have a common ancestor, like horse, zebra, and donkey. Some of them, like canines, you've got the basic dog, Canis familiaris. You've got a wolf, which are obviously related. Then there are other species like cats, for example, in the feline kind, or Barraman, where you have like lion, wildcat, house cat, and others, various and sundry cats like lion, which also most likely have a common ancestor. Tigers, like tigers and lions, have a common ancestor. And that can be shown through interbreeding. So when two species can interbreed, then that shows that they have a common ancestor. Now, if they can't interbreed, it doesn't necessarily rule out common ancestry, but if they can, then it certainly does show that they do have a common ancestor. Now, what we're going to do in the Cytochrome B comparison basically is just sort, because it's a test of the pattern of similarity. So what I'm going to do right quick, like we did in the other video, is I'm just going to sort the similarity from greatest similarity to least similarity to human, and just like before, we're going to sort from greatest, and we're seeing the same exact thing that we saw last time, where dog in this case is more similar to human, with 315 amino acids identical to human, where dog is more similar to human than quite a few of these other, and wolf as well, are more similar to human than all these other species like green monkey, night monkey, mongoose lemur, colobus monkey, moz night monkey, feline night monkey, macaque, bush baby, black-eyed lemur. And then we start running into other species, other non-primates being more similar to primates further down the list. White-fronted capuchin are less similar to human than an Asiatic black bear. Rabbit is more similar to human than this sifaka, and a donkey. And by how much? Let's see. I mean, we're talking about 1 amino acid difference between this primate and a donkey, where the donkey is more similar to human. But of course, when you go further down the list, you have donkeys, horses, and zebras more similar to human than marmosets, ring-tailed lemurs, bush baby, Senegal bush baby, South African galago, brown mouse lemur, and so forth. So we're running into the same problem, only much more expanded. Now we're looking at more species. Then we're seeing a more profound difference between what we should find if evolution were true and what we actually find. That is to say, if humans share a common ancestor with primates, according to evolution, more recently than common ancestry with non-primates, then primates should be more similar to human than non-primates are. However, what we see as we go down the list, that there's quite a few primates that are not as similar to human as cats, horses, donkeys, rabbits, black bears, and so forth. So why would a black bear then, or a rabbit, or most notably a dog, be more similar to human than these primates? Now, of the 43 primates that I have listed here, only 10 of them, so we have 33 out of 43 primates, are less similar to human than dogs and wolves are. So that's a rather profound question, and what I believe to be evidence against evolution, because if there were a common ancestor more recent amongst primates, then certainly these other non-primates should not be more similar to human than all these primates. So so far down the list now, we got the Philippine flying lemur being the last primate on the list, being less similar to human than all the non-primates above, including American bison, a camel, a pig, and so forth. Rats and mice are more similar to human than this Philippine flying lemur. We have bottlenose dolphin. All these dolphins here are more similar to human than a tarsier, a slender loris, or this caliber, and so forth. But there's other things on here as well that are fairly puzzling in light of evolution, including a raven, which is a bird, obviously. A raven is more similar to human than, or about as similar, it's kind of in the same category as fruit flies, where the melanogaster fruit fly is less similar to human than a raven, but these others are more similar to human by 1 or 2 amino acids than a raven is, which is very peculiar. And I just see, I still haven't heard any plausible explanation as to why this could possibly be. The only explanation that I've heard so far is evolution is random, which, I'm sorry, it just kind of doesn't cut it, because if you're gonna group species together by similarity, by genetic similarity, and refer to the greater percentage of similarity, meaning that they're more closely related, then you see that these primates are not more closely related. You're kind of contradicting. It's like the innate contradiction, where evolution contradicts, the data contradicts evolution theory, but the theory can never be challenged, because you kind of walk into any evidence with a presupposed idea of common ancestry. So you're never, if you're in the evolution camp, you're never really allowed to challenge the basic premise, even though the evidence here stoutly refutes it. So, alright, well, that's all for now. In the next video, I'm going to try to come up with some of the findings that I have with Cytochrome C. And until then, have a good day, and I'll see you next time.